Today we're back in Zeepkist with more 1, 5, and 10-minute builds. This time I themed them after a bobsled build. So getting into this first one right away, I was building a ramp, down ramp, and then I was like, oh yeah, I actually have to make some sort of a bobsled track. And with only a minute to go, you really have to make something quick. So I'm like, you know what, we'll just whip a couple turns together. But you know, that's not really much of a track that's difficult. So we'll end it with a jump and throw a finish on it and call it a day. And then pretty much just paint it up ice and get that done. 1 minute is really not a long time to build a track. On the 5-minute track, I'm like, you know what? We're going to start on the flat ground and actually boost our way up into the bobsled run. Do a little bit of like elevation stuff. I really wanted this one to sort of end with a speed check. That was my thought. And you can see I actually kind of made a disconnected track here. So the track doesn't have a perfect cylinder in the middle transitions. You're going to have to hit that transition absolutely perfect. And, you know, again, a little bit of uphill and downhill because we're doing some crazy bobsled stuff. Why not? It doesn't always have to go downhill. Again, with another transition, missing a piece. You know, with 5 minutes, you can really build more of a track. I really enjoy these kind of builds because, again, I don't validate anything. I just slap the track together and then see how it works afterwards. And sometimes I make changes, but I think for these bobsled ones, I didn't have to actually make any changes. Just ran the tracks and boom, done. Maybe I had to add some boosters. For this one, I decided, you know what, we're going to end it in a bobsled loop. Not that it really matters. And of course, to get the loop, I think I had to add a fan here just to make sure that we'd have the speed to do it. I don't know what I was looking for there. Looking for some parts. Here we go. I'm just adding a fan in. Look at that. That way we can, of course, you know, make sure people can make the loop. And, you know, add a finish line. No big deal. And of course, paint everything to be that tier 1 ice so it's got some grip. So this is the second track, again, a 5-minute build, and of course decorated with some trees. And then I realized, oh no, I've only got like 30 seconds left. And in fact, we need checkpoints. Otherwise, you could just kind of cheese the whole track. So throw in some checkpoints, make sure that everyone has to take all of the lines, and boom, done, problem solved. Finally, for the 10-minute track, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go back to a traditional bobsled, start on a hill, going down, and then of course get right into the tubes right away. For this one, I didn't want to do anything too crazy, just a nice long flowy bobsled track. The last one I feel like was probably the hardest of the tracks, the 5-minute one, just because it had those gaps in the pieces. This one, you know, goes into a bobsled spiral down, but you know, lots of transition time for you to get into that, really easy stuff. And then of course goes into a nice smooth tube. And again, just long flowy track is really what I was going for with this one. Made a mistake there, it doesn't really matter. Just trying to get the track out of the way. You know, traditional bobsled runs, if you look, they go down a hill and they're just always nice and smooth. Not really any uphills or any speed checks because, you know, real life that would kind of suck. And then here, yeah, I think I was like, you know what, I'm gonna use this plus piece because I never used the plus piece and put it into a little bit of an S bend and go around the corner. It was kind of a cool track. Again, building stuff in 5 minutes. This was actually a part that I know I had to change after the fact. I went to build this and I was just like, you know what, I'll throw some weird, some sideways stuff, no big deal. But after the fact, I had to add more wall up there because you couldn't make it around that corner no matter how hard you tried. You came out too fast from the downhills, and when you try and go into that corner, you would always slide off the outside. So I did go back and put another half wall on that section. And then I'm pretty sure here, I'm just like, you know what, I'm gonna go into a little bit of a speed check, but not really a speed check. Because you really have lots of speed. Bobsled tracks are cool because it's minimal steering, but steering still matters. And just sort of, again, doing that bridge feature from last week where I threw the bridge and going to a finish here. With 10-minute tracks, I actually find I have a lot of extra time compared to the 1 minute, 5 minute. 1 minute tracks, I'm really just trying to like get down pieces and, you know, that's it. And 5 minute track, same thing. With the 10-minute track, I'm like, holy cow, because you don't validate anything. So I'm sitting there like, wow, I got all this time to do some decorations. I think I put a snowman at some point in this track. Just, you know, lots of trees, painting it snow. I think it looked like a nice track. I mean, you know, why not? It's a 10-minute track. Again, still haven't validated. Yeah, just scaling up that snowman to be just a monster and just, you know, burying his head in the ground. I don't really know, to be honest. Covering up his hands with some trees. No one can see. It's just, you know, 10 minutes, guys. I have a lot of time when it's a 10-minute track. Even with this time-lapse sped up. Oh yeah, right, of course. I forgot checkpoints. Always gotta add checkpoints, make sure people don't cheese stuff. Although, to be honest, with ice tracks, it's pretty hard to cheese. You can't really turn and go a different direction because the ice doesn't let you. So anyway, that was it. Pretty simple stuff. So we're gonna take these tracks into a public lobby and of course see what my friends think. And you know, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. If you have any other ideas for 1, 5, and 10-minute tracks, put them in the comments down below. And let's jump right into this lobby. Alrighty, gents, are you ready for, I built 3 tracks again, 1 minute, 5 minute, and a 10-minute track, but I themed them after bobsled tracks. So there's a 1 minute bobsled track, a 5 minute bobsled track, and a 10-minute bobsled track. So here we go. Got special guest Ronan here today. In case you guys don't know who Ronan is, I'll put a link in the description. Probably the biggest Twitch streamer playing Zeepkist. Plays it like every day because, like, you know,
yes.
he's a
all
big...
day, every day, baby.
Yeah. Go give him a follow.
He's what we call
Link in
a
the description
pro
below.
player. So, yeah.
So what day is it? Thursday's my day off.
It's Thursday? Is it Thursday? Oh, I see. You're not pro on Thursday. Well, anyway, how's your
yeah.
bobsled? How's your bobsled driving? Are you good at bobsled tracks or?
You know, the first
The
bobsled
silence
track
speaks
I played
magnitudes.
was the 2-minute one that you have.
Oh, the second
And,
track I built that was like a super long bobsled. Yeah,
Yeah. I've had a lot of practice on bobsled.
that's good. That's good. So I made 3. Coincidentally, the one thing I've been enjoying about these 1 minute, 5 minute, 10-minute builds is when I build them, I
It's
set
the
it.
lack of effort you have to put into it.
Well, kind of, but like when I build it, I don't actually validate anything during the build. I just kind of like slap down as many pieces as I can in the time limit, and then I validate it all after. And sometimes I have to make some changes, especially with this bobsled stuff. I realized there were some parts of it that were just you couldn't do, like it was just impossible without the without some modifications, some boosters and things, and little changes. So I do kind of cheat in that sense to make sure I actually made like a playable track. But it's really kind of, you know, invigorating. I don't know, freedom. It's like really freeing to just not have to worry about like building a piece, validating, you know?
True that.
Of course, I don't know how the
everything
pros are going to be. They're going to be like low 21s, and I don't know how they're going to do it.
All they're bobsled experts, and we're not.
Yeah, this track was so funny. So it took me like 30 seconds almost just to lay out the...
I'm not laughing.
Well, okay. Well, anyway, I am. But yeah, it took me like 30 seconds just to lay out the first hill, like the first downhill. And then I was like, oh, wait, I need bobsled parts. It's supposed to be a bobsled track.
It's supposed to be a bobsled.
And then I slapped down the corners, and I was like, well, I can't just have 2 corners. So then I'm like, what if I just put the finish on a jump? There, that's the element that changes everyone's time. You got to jump off the end of the track and somehow get to the finish. I feel like there's some weird way to maybe roll off the end to hit the finish, but I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure that out right now.
Yeah, I kind of assumed one of the pros would figure out there's a way to like roll sideways and stay lower in the air so you get a better trajectory.
Bro, you gonna be my time?
No, I'm not, dude. I'm really not. So I'm assuming, Rhoda, the key for bobsled is don't steer, right? Like just
minimal input.
Minimal input, only
Right.
corrections.
Right, but then how do you get up on the wall? Do you put yourself up into the first wall, or do you just go
I
into
get
it straight?
a worse time when I do that.
It looks like Mackie's setting up right into that one.
Wait, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
Makes sense.
Dang.
No,
okay.
where'd Two-Face go?
All right, interesting. Is Mackie a general? I mean, Mackie's just a really good player, but
Mackie's...
a strong bobsled runner, or is that?
So Mackie has a track that not many people have finished. It's a full bobsled track with like a speed check climb at the end.
Oh, perfect. And no
And,
one gets the speed check.
Barely anyone gets the speed check.
Wow. It is interesting.
So
I just
Mackie's
tried
consistent.
setting up right, and it actually, if you do it correctly, you can steer the entire first corner with no inputs, and it makes you through the S-bend into the next corner with minimal input.
Like you go to the right of the tube?
You go to the
At the
right of
beginning?
the first one and then turn left
What
into
the
it.
heck?
Yeah, you go like right side and then turn left. It's actually,
What the heck?
there's a meta there. I couldn't get it, but I understand how you can
Interesting.
shave
Oh yeah,
seconds.
GG's, I guess.
Yeah, GG's. Yeah, they're quick rounds, man. Quick rounds. I'm gonna
Okay.
really quickly try and change the lobby. Oh, I can't. Dang it.
You can't,
Okay,
because
well.
yeah, we're we're in the
I
loading
believe.
stage.
So this is a 5-minute bobsled track. There is a little bit of a speed check in this one. This one's got some
Oh,
fun
boy.
elements in the very beginning, known as the track doesn't have a full coverage.
I was gonna say,
yeah.
I'm in the gutter.
Yeah, I needed to, I'm always trying to figure out what's the element for these tracks that's going to make it a little bit different. Make it have some skill required, I guess is the word. And so for me, it's
Oh boy.
the little gutter in the middle.
Single loop.
Yeah, that transition's hard not to fall into the gutter.
Yeah, you got to set up for it nicely. Although going right and then left seems to be the new meta for bobsled that I just never knew about. Wow, that's actually ridiculously easy. dang, that's you need to spend more time just watching pro players race, you know?
That's true. Yeah, just get into a lobby and just spectate. You know,
Yeah,
grab
just get
some
into a lobby,
popcorn and just
spectate the fastest guy.
Seriously.
Yeah, there's some
Market
strategies
research.
that people do that. Oh yeah,
The
you can
amount
go.
of times that Mackie is just straight up going like, no, you're doing this wrong, do this instead, and then I'll get like a 3-second faster time. It's
Yeah, it's ridiculous, dude.
really
like,
dumb.
I get that in trials. Like, I'll be doing something in trials and just struggling, and then an expert rider comes out to me. He's like, hey, just try this. And then I do it, and I look at him. I'm like, holy crap, dude. Like, how does this feel so much better?
Man, I haven't played Trials in so long.
he does real life trials, bro.
Ooh.
Yeah. He actually has a bike and it goes wah 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 wah. And then Cosmo. Okay, so I don't know how much you know, but Cosmo and I were roommates in university, right, Ronan? So we were like, we lived together for a long time. And Cosmo, man, he picked up all the ladies, and I'm gonna tell you why, right? It's true what they say about bike guys. If you have a motorbike, you'll pick up all the ladies. Because he had a 50cc like 1970s moped, and no ladies would stay nearby. They would run away so fast from that thing.
Hey, I caught one. I got one.
Yeah, you got one. That's true. Your fiance. That's the only that matters.
It's all that matters. Yeah.
That thing was so funny though. It's just like the loudest little engine going down the street, like. Especially when he was doing like 60 in this thing, 60 kilometers an hour in this thing. It's just like screaming, trying to keep up, you know? It's just...
It eventually did 100, but it got really sketchy.
Just Cosmo going down the street and
Yeah, pretty much.
Like single speed, you know, like no gear shift, and just
constant.
Man, I validated this no problem, and now I can't even do it. Like, what the heck?
Yeah, I'm struggling on
I'm
this one,
struggling
dude.
here.
This is a tough one.
I'm struggling on the uphill. There's like that speed check uphill that you have to do, but like for some reason I can't do it.
Yep, bad track design.
Yeah, you're right. Maybe I should have had 6 minutes instead of 5.
Yeah, you just needed that extra minute, you know, for that extra little inspiration.
Oh god, I'm like, you gotta like set up into that corner high so that it comes in low. I'm being stupid. I don't know why I'm struggling so much with this.
I'm still struggling like on that first transition. I don't know why.
Yeah, I kind of do sometimes, but then I like, you know, get good and then I don't struggle as much.
Yeah.
Damn.
You'd be like
Throwing
that.
out the get good
God.
card.
Oh god, yeah, I died exactly where you just did. Like, how do you even do that?
I don't know. I validated it, so like it's clearly possible. I'm not gonna lie. The 10-minute one, I had to make a fair number of changes in order to make it work, because there were a lot of elements that just weren't possible.
Can we go back to the 1 minute bobsled?
I know, right? It was kind of better, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
I realized bobsled is probably
enjoyable
like,
experience.
you know, I wanted to do the bobsled theme because it's been a while since I made like a bunch of bobsled tracks, and the one thing I will say is bobsled is a really hard track to do quickly. There's a lot of like, if you want to make a good bobsled track, there's a lot of elements you got to think about in terms of like racer speed and keeping up the speed.
I see what they do.
I don't really want to have to do a validation run of this, but I think I might have to, just to prove that I'm not incompetent. I don't know. I might. If I can get this.
Oh no, not the same strategy there.
Oh
I'm
god,
really
I just
understand
screwed
how to
up
make
that
the
same
first one.
part. No way. I'm gonna have to validate this stupid thing. God dang it.
It's fine. We all DNF'd. We're all in the same club.
Yep. I did not finish either.
No way. Oh man. All right. Well, I might as well set the host controls to the next to 6 minutes for the last one. I will say the 10-minute one is my favorite of the 3, for sure. I can't believe I have to do a validation run for this. That's ridiculous. End of the video. I guess I'll throw one in just for everyone to see that I can actually do this. Oh man, that's rough. That transition was easier when nobody was watching. I swear to God, man. I'll build the track. I'll validate it. Calm, cool, collected. No problem. No issues. Get into a lobby, controller's covered in sweat. Can't play. You know.
All right, let's see this.
Yeah.
This already feels better. I'm not gonna lie.
The chat is commenting on how Con DNF'd as well, and I was like, thanks guys, I appreciate it.
Thanks for pointing out my failures,
Thanks for
guys.
pointing out that I have to play that track again.
It's okay, guys. Khan sucks too.
Oh god.
Woo.
Oh
Yeah.
god, what is this? It was a weird transition.
I like that transition. It's fun. It's different. You gotta take a little bit of a hop to do it correctly.
Hippity hoppity.
Exactly.
Get off our property.
Flippity floppity.
Oh gosh. I'm
Oh
upside
yeah,
down.
and then that one. Oh,
this
perfect.
Speed check, really?
Oh yeah,
okay.
man. I love speed checks on bobsled tracks. They're the best.
Cool.
Separate the men from the boys.
I mean, so far so good.
Nice.
I'm not dead.
Oh,
good.
I lost a wheel, but I'll still get a time here. It's gonna be bad though.
You know what? Finishing backwards is fine.
Yep.
Yeah.
The ending
Finish is a
S-bend
finish.
corner is a doozy. That's
Oh, great.
I
Looking
laid that
forward
one
to it.
out and just kind of got to it when I validated it and still made it through. So I was like, you know what, we're leaving it. But it's a doozy. It's just hard to do it controlled. I think it's gonna be the issue.
Hoppity. There we go. I don't know if I have enough speed now, but I guess we'll see.
I love bobsled tracks though in this game. They're so fun.
I like bobsled.
I like bobsled. I would love to see Unique make alternate Zeepkist cars, but still in the same game. You know,
What do you mean?
like you could make a bobsled Zeepkist, right?
Oh,
that
okay, yeah,
gets
yeah.
good traction on ice, but gets bad traction on every other surface.
True. True.
So it's like the opposite, because it would have little skates that grip the ice and let you steer on the ice, but then when you put it on like pavement, it's like a ski-doo, when you're driving a snowmobile off pavement, it just literally, skids along in a straight line and doesn't turn, right?
Just do it like Lego 2K Drive and have it transform on contact.
Yeah,
Exact-
true.
Man,
It kind of defeat the
57?
point of the challenge of bobsled, but
But it would be
or
cool
do
to
you
have
mean
a...
just visually? It would just be a visual thing, or
No, like in the terms
or
of
you
like
would
the-
actually have more control on ice with it.
but then less on the regular surfaces. It'd be like the
Right,
invert
yeah.
of what it currently is.
Yeah.
This is why
Then-
Unique records with us and then hates it because we give him more work.
Yeah.
We always think of some weird idea.
Hey,
and
I'm
we're
still
like,
waiting for the freaking little like subway train.
I know, right? It's in one of his freaking trailers, and he doesn't have the train in the game. I'm like, how many
Nope.
tracks would I build with a monorail, bro? Like, come on.
Seriously,
Every track would have a monorail.
every track
get-
have a monorail.
You know, that one Simpsons episode of the monorail on it?
Yes.
Classic.
I want to
Dude,
watch that
how
one.
are-
Yeah, that's a
how are
classic
people
one.
in the 57?
Well, you see, they went fast and they.
I knew
got
bobsled
there
was a bad
quicker.
idea. These freaking pros and their freaking bobsled training and like all their like. I mean, the fact that in the first 10 seconds of the first track, we learned something new about how to set up for a bobsled corner better.
Yeah, that's pretty.
Just
Yeah, that was
kinda-
some useful experience there.
Kind of tells me everything I need to know.
There's always nuances.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right. Come on.
Someone was complaining that the map maker hates keyboard players. So
Yep.
like bobsled tracks are bad on keyboard, I guess.
Meanwhile, the builder is a keyboard. Wait, no, you're not.
No, I'm
You're,
not a keyboard
you're
player.
controller, yeah.
I'm a MLG.
I'm a
controller.
keyboard player, so you hate me, bro.
How do you find bobsled tracks on keyboard though? You find them to be
Fine.
yeah, okay. So it's a skill issue then, is what.
It's called just tap your keys.
Yeah, all right.
Like I'm not good at them, but I can complete them.
Right, yeah, no, that makes sense.
But like I'm just not good at bobsled in general. Like if you think I'm gonna be any better with a controller, you're kidding yourself.
Yeah. I
feel like-
56 Mackie, bro. Come on. Let's call
Hey,
him.
I'm on the leaderboard.
Even Cosmo broke into the 1 minutes. Dang. All right, well, I'm not good today.
Okay, neither am I. I mean, neither of us finished your second one,
I
surprisingly.
know
so.
it's crazy. That blows my mind that I have to go back and validate that after the fact. But anyway,
Do you though? Do you?
I mean, I don't really have to. I will because dedication.
See, you'll
to-
just get more comments that way. People complaining that you didn't
Oh,
get the validation.
Never mind. I realized for these tracks, I record the building so people can see the building, and I recorded my validation run in that building. Get wrecked. Easy.
Beautiful.
I don't have to do any work.
Easy.
Easy.
The smile I have on my face, knowing that you was gonna have to re-record it.
Yeah, I know. I just saved myself 2 minutes of work potentially,
Amazing.
or a few hours if it was really bad. But
Well, I was gonna say, depends how long it takes you to validate it.
dude, I'm not even out of the final tunnel in 56 seconds.
Well,
I'm
hopefully
not.
nobody knocks me off in the next 30.
GG's. I can't. I don't know how Mackie does it, man. Mackie's just new level, like unbelievable.
He wakes up. He chooses speed.
I feel like Mackie plays Zeepkist in their sleep, like just, you know, all they think about.
I sometimes do that in my sleep. I'll play video games in my sleep when I play too much video games.
Yeah. Then you wake up. Actually, sometimes I'll get like a really good track idea in my sleep, and then I'll wake up and just
do that too, man.
Working on it.
In university, I used to think about calculus problems so much, I couldn't figure them out while I was awake. I am not kidding you guys. I figured them out in my sleep. Like, I'd wake up and I'm like, oh, wow, like I actually solved that.
Yeah, that's that whole Einstein thing with the patent office and all that. But anyway, thanks for
well, I'm no Einstein, but...
Yeah, well, thanks for playing my track. Apparently we're playing Ultimate Billy's track now, but let us know what you guys think in the comments down below. Make sure, of course, to check out Ronan on stream. And like, subscribe, and we'll see you all next time.